the place of love, the place where you can come to discover your true nature, your perfection, the essence of all that you are. At Agape, we teach a real practical thing. Everything begins and ends with self-love. The spiritual path is the path of awakening to your truth, that you are the infinite, unique, whole, and perfect expression of life, and that you are without limits. Only limits that we have are the ones that our minds create for us and that we buy into. At Agape, it's about discovering your greatness and unfolding it and living the most fulfilling and loving life ever. Our teachings are centered in the science of mind. They are centered in the ancient wisdom of the mystics of the East, of India, of Buddha, of Krishna. It's all spiritual paths. There's wisdom. And what we're all about is practical wisdom. Wisdom we can use in our everyday lives to understand that the power we're seeking is within us. One of the very basic tenets of what we teach is that of meditation. Going within, being still, letting go of the illusion of the mind and the illusion of the body. So let's take a few moments of that before we get into today's message. If you would, bring yourself to a comfortable seated upright position. Your back is straight. Your hands gently resting on your lap. Eyes closed. All awareness on your breath. Consciously breathing in long, slow, deep breaths. And exhaling even longer and slower exhales. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and nourishing yourself. Breathing out, purifying. Breathing in, rejuvenating. Breathing out, letting go. Normal, easy rhythm breathing now, in and out through the nose. Just follow your breath as it comes in, and follow your breath as it goes out. The breath is all about life's journey. The breath is not attached to anything. It is the giver of life. It's that which connects us. So we breathe in now into our heart center. And as we breathe in there, we visualize a beautiful golden light. This light moves into our heart. And as it does so, the heart releases everything that is blocking it from experiencing the fullness and the allness that life is. This light is taking away the blockage of all past hurts and perceived limitations. We know that when the heart is open, we're able to live in the now. And the now is where all things happen, where we are truly free, no longer bound by our past or focusing on the illusion of the future. Now is all that exists. And so we just breathe here for a few moments. The beauty of the now is that there's no judgment. And without judgment, it is a perfect state of love. Our ability to accept ourselves just as we are. is the same as our ability to love ourselves. Notice how peaceful your body has become, how at ease your mind is. Know that you can come back here anytime you choose by simply breathing in 3 deep, long breaths and even longer exhales. So feeling refreshed and rejuvenated, start to come back into your body, to your mind, to this time and this place and this most beautiful day. Start to move a little, and when you're ready, gently open your eyes, feeling grounded, refreshed, rejuvenated, and fully present. So I was looking at my book this week, and I said, well, let's talk about that. So today I'm going to talk about unleashing the power within you. My book is The Power Within You, and that's on Amazon in case you're interested, and you should be. Anyway, unleashing the power within you. That's a huge thing to understand, because understanding that our lives are unique, individualized journeys of self-discovery that are limitless as we continue to expand the level of our self-awareness. But I don't think we've been taught that. I don't think we've been taught that it's a journey of self-discovery. And what is self-discovery? It's our limitless nature. It's our uniqueness. And we get to do that only as we become more self-aware. Self-aware of what? That we're not the body. We're not the mind. We're the soul. We're consciousness. We're pure awareness. But we've been so domesticated by the illusion of the mind, the ego, and the cravings of the body that we've forgotten that we are the power within the body, within the mind. Actually, we are the power that has the body and has the mind. Can you imagine waking up every morning with a deep sense of purpose, knowing that you have within you the power to shape your destiny? Think about that. You're unique, you're whole and perfect, and you're living in a 3D world, the world of the body and the mind. And here, my opinion is, it's the best I got, is my life journey is to become more aware. Along with that, my life journey is to teach about becoming more aware. And while teaching, my life journey is about connecting with others, connecting with the divine. And in order to do that, I'm choosing to create a healthy body that gives me the freedom to use my body to do that. And then also to be financially comfortable so that I can do that without having to struggle. I've just told you my top 5 values: to become more aware, to teach, to connect, to be healthy, and to be financially independent. Everything I do resides around those values, with being aware, my number 1. And I know that within me, the power to do that is there. I know that because I've proven it to myself, and that's all we ever do. You see, there is a power within you waiting to be unleashed. And all that it requires you to do is to recognize it and to use it as it was designed to be used. That's the big thing. You have to realize that power's in you. It's not outside of you. It's not in someone else. It's not in anything else. There's no God being out there that's going to do anything for you. It created you out of it, giving you the same powers it has to create your life, which is your universe. And when you start to understand that, it becomes so much easier because you don't have to be a victim anymore. And how is that power designed to be used? It responds to the nature of your thought, your beliefs. What are your beliefs? Your thoughts, your words, your actions, and your feelings align toward a specific result held persistently and consistently. It's not a fleeting thought. It's not a fleeting emotion. It's ones that you've held persistently and consistently. And that's the job, building the beliefs that serve you. Because if you look at your life right now, it's demonstrating what you believe. You see, our dreams become real when we begin to truly know who we are, truly know our strengths, our weaknesses, our passions, and the power of our thoughts. You ever really sat down and decided what are the three most important things about you and your life? What are your top three values? What do you want most of? If you want more money, that's probably not a good one because money is just a symbol. The question is, what does money what does it represent to you? And I have a lot of strengths. I also have weaknesses. I focus on my strengths. I focus on what juices me, my passions. I love the word juiced. I think that's a great word because when you're juiced, because you're doing what you love, you feel it. Every cell of your body's alive and well. And when you get that, you realize that your power is how you use your thoughts. And your thoughts, you can change at any time you desire, so you have flexibility. Your journey begins when you come to understand that it is our own limiting beliefs that hold us back from reaching our true potential. And why would we have limiting beliefs? Well, we blindly bought into them. My most limiting beliefs are probably similar to yours in that I got them from my mom and dad. Why did I get limiting beliefs from my mom and dad? Because my mom and dad had limiting beliefs. They weren't taught differently. My granddaughter Claire's been visiting with us for about a week and a half now. Got a little over half a week to go. And one of the things that we're teaching her is that she's boundless. She does not have limitations. We're doing that, and if you want, go to my other podcast on thoughts that can change your life in the last week and a half. She's been on about 4 of them. Little girl's getting it, and she's getting it young because she's starting to understand that the power is within her. Now, does she still have some funky beliefs? Sure, because society all around is all about limitation. If you really think about it, everything's about controlling you. And what is control? Control is a mechanism that involves judgment, doesn't it? And anytime there's judgment, there's no love. So one of the things I know that for Claire is, she says, Bob, if you love me, she said this a couple of days ago, if you love me, you'll take me and get a donut. So today we were out doing some dad shopping. I had her with me, and I said, we're going to a mystery place. And she goes, where are we going? I said, it's a mystery. She said, are we going for ice cream? I said, it's a mystery. Are we going for donuts? I said, mystery. And we finally get there. We get into the place, and it's a brand new donut shop. And she looked at them all, and God bless, she picked out the one with the most sugar in it possible. I'm just telling you, it's what little kids do. And we got home, and as you probably know, if you've been listening to me at all, I'm a health nut. And I said, Claire, what are the rules in your house? She said, when I get a donut, I get to eat it. I said, well, we have rules different here. I'm going to cut up that donut, and you're going to get a little bit of it now. Then you can have some of it after lunch, and then some of it after dinner. And she looks at me and says, you have different rules in your house, your house than I have in mine. I said, yeah, because we all make them up. Do you get that? All the rules are rules we've made up. And we've allowed ourselves through school, religion, parents, and that to buy into rules that really do limit us. And we can change that. And Claire will look at me and say, Baba, you don't follow the rules. I said, you're darn right I don't. I make up my own rules. But my rules don't do anything to hurt anyone else. My rules are not about me being hurt, me being limited. They're about me expanding. I truly believe the greatest decision we make is when we decide to focus on ourselves and not care what the world outside of us thinks about who we are. Because if we care about it, what we're saying is, they're going to judge us. I don't want no one to judge me. I don't care if they judge me. I'm not going to, and I'm not going to allow that opinion to affect me. So let's look at what limits us. Fear and resistance are our natural companions on our path of growth. And we must learn to embrace them as opportunities for learning and transformation. I like to think about it when I look at my life, or you can look at yours and say, all these things I've experienced throughout my entire life, and I'm very comfortable with them because I've dealt with them. Now, if I want to grow, I've got to step beyond them, don't I? So when I step beyond my comfort, what comes in? Fear. The ego likes to be comfortable. The ego loves to be comfortable. So it's going to create fear. And what does that fear do? It causes us to resist change. And what is the only thing we know in life? That change is constant, isn't it? And if change is constant, that means that if we're dealing with change, fear is constant. So we've got to learn to embrace them. Embrace fear, embrace resistance, and know that we're bigger than that. And here's what I'll say to you. You may not be able to take that quantum leap, but you can chunk it down to something where it's just a little bit of fear instead of a lot of fear. And you face a little fear every day. You go beyond the resistance to deal with it. Man, you're going to have a life that's transformed, that's going to be absolutely magnificent. You see, it's when we face our fears that we discover the courage, the strength, and the power within us. Once we discover the power within us, bigger things are going to come into our purview. Bigger fears, bigger resistance. And then what? We have to, again, turn to the courage, turn to the strength, and turn to the power within us and prove it again. And we do that, and guess what happens? A bigger fear. And then a bigger fear, and a bigger fear. And then when you look back after a period of time, you realize, man, the things I used to fear 5 years ago are nothing to me now. But at that moment, they could have been paralyzing. Ask yourself the question, what fear is paralyzing me today? You see, our mindset plays a crucial role in determining our success and happiness. Is your mindset a can-do mindset? Or is it a mindset that I'm limited, I need to be cautious, I don't need to go forward, I don't need to take that, my heart's going to get broken? No, your heart can't get broken. Not unless you give your power away. I'll tell you this, never give your power away. My wife is not responsible for my happiness. My wife is not responsible for my heart being open. I am. Here's the key thing. That mindset of me being in control of my heart, me being in control of my emotions, is what I take into all situations. And what I take with me into all situations, guess what? It's what I attract back to me. I'm creating the mental environment, the emotional environment, and the environment in which I live, thrive, and grow. I don't let anyone on the outside dictate that to me. You see, it behooves us to adopt a growth mindset, as this opens us up to endless possibilities to experience an ever-expanding life. Think about this. The universe is always expanded. You're a mini universe. When you really think about who you are, you're a mini universe. You've got over 50 trillion cells. You could basically say, I've got 50 trillion planets, suns, galaxies, all of that within me. And there's a power that's controlling it, just like there's a power that's controlling the cosmos. You are a microcosm of the macrocosm. And when you've got a growth mindset and you're expanding, oh my God, that's the life. That's the dream. The dream is to know it's more. There's more. There's always more. You're never limited. See, one of the things to the self-empowered life that we seek is cultivating gratitude and compassion. They're not just virtues, but powerful tools for personal empowerment. They not only enhance our well-being, but also strengthen our awareness and connection to the universal energy that flows through all living things. Gratitude is being grateful for everything you see, everything you experience, everything you feel. Compassion is the ability to understand that everyone is having a unique and different journey, and it's okay. We don't have to judge others because they're not on the same journey. And guess what? When we come out of judgment and we're in gratitude, our body goes and naturally returns to a state of homeostasis. What does homeostasis do? Gives us a sense of well-being, doesn't it? The more we do this, the more we become aware. We strengthen an awareness, and the more aware we become, the more aware we realize that we're a part of the infinite cosmos. We're not this small being. We're an expression of the greatness of all that is. At the heart of discovering the power in you is to understand that we're spiritual beings having a human experience, not human beings having a spiritual. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. It's when we connect with our spiritual source that we tap into the infinite reservoir of wisdom, love, guidance that is available to us. The infinite mind of God, of source, is available to us when we open to it. Infinite love beyond anything we've ever experienced in physical body is available to us. And the guidance we seek to experience that love, to create the experience, it's right where we are. It's always available to us. That's what I call grace. That the power, the infinite reservoir of wisdom, love, and guidance is always there for us to tap into. The key thing to remember, we say this over and over and over again at Agape, everything begins and ends with you. You are your own universe. You are your own power in that universe. Isn't it time to accept it, embrace it, and start living from it? It's a choice, and only you can make it. I want to thank you for taking your time to share the journey with me. If you enjoyed this, hey, go to Amazon. Go and get the book, The Power in You by Rev Lee. Also, go to agapespiritualcenter.com. Find out all the different ways you can plug into Agape. Morning meditations, 2 different podcasts, videos, classes, workshops, social gatherings, all available to you as we build this community centered on self-love. And if you love the message, support us. At agapespiritualcenter.com, there's a giving tab. Make a donation. Support us so that we can bring this message to greater and greater and greater numbers of people. And when we do that, one mind, one heart, we make this world a better place for everyone. I'm grateful to be on this journey with you. Thank you for sharing it with me. And remember, if you need support, ask. If you don't ask, we can't read your mind. Make it a great week. Much love.